Hey y'all, I'm Dominique. Welcome back to my channel, Not a Guru 7. Here where I discuss all things fragrance related, and from time to time I'll be posting videos, my baby girl, and also showing you my handbag collection. So if those things seem exciting to you, then consider subscribing to my channel. And today I am going to be doing a comparison of Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion with the Intense version and the original one. Y'all, come on in and grab you a mimosa or a glass of wine or something, because we got some things to discuss. All right, before I even do the comparison portion of this video, I'm going to do a quick review. So the UPS bought this package to me, this lovely perfume to me on Wednesday around 12ish. So I sprayed it on. Normally when I do a review of a perfume, the first day I try to just spray it on my skin, and the next day I spray it on my skin and clothes just to see how that factors into the longevity of the perfume. So I sprayed it on my skin, went to work, walked in the door, immediately started getting compliments. A coworker came by the printer and she said, "Oh, what's that you're wearing? It's just lingering. I can smell it." And so could I. I could smell it all throughout the afternoon. And before I took my bath at 8 p.m. that night, I could still smell it. So that's 7 or 8 hours of me smelling this. So let me just say that the projection is there and the longevity is there. On Thursday, I wore the perfume, sprayed it on my skin and my clothes, took my shower around 7-ish that morning. And I could still smell it throughout the afternoon. When I made dinner for my baby girl, I could smell it. Before I took my bath that night, I still could smell it. And I would have to say that's a totally different feel than the original one. Now, if you know me, or if you've been watching this video, because I said you know me, I know my friends and family watch my videos. But if you have watched a couple of my videos, I have talked about how this fragrance, the original one, does not last on me, but it's so beautiful and it's so perfect. And I said, if they come out with an Intense version, I will buy it. So what did I do? I bought it. And I also mentioned in a couple of videos that this fragrance is, it just doesn't last on my skin. And someone on TikTok said it lasts a long time for them, but different strokes for different folks. I'm just giving you my opinion of the fragrance and my experience with the fragrance. But I would have to say that it's beautiful overall, and I love it. I have no issue with it. And I've said that if this was stronger, it would be my top favorite perfume ever. Now for the comparison. So I sprayed the Intense version on my left hand and the original version on my right hand. And when I first got the fragrance the first day, I said, before I read any notes, I want to see if I can spot the differences of the perfume. So when I sprayed it on that Wednesday, I also went and sprayed this on a little tester strip. And I said, okay. So I noticed right away that the original one, you smell that candied lemon right away. In this one, you don't get that. You do get the hazelnut. And the dry down is pretty much similar. The middle note's pretty much similar. But I would say that you do have more of an orange blossom feel in this one than that one. It's a little more prominent, unlike the lemon in this one. So the reason why I wanted an Intense version of it, because I wanted a stronger lemon. And this does not have that in there, and that's fine because you still get the same perfume. It's a flanker, so it's the same DNA. An Intense version, it means that it's supposed to be a stronger feel to the original one, and it's definitely stronger. It's definitely projects a whole lot better, but I did want more lemon. I wanted a stronger lemon. This is why I love this one so much, because I love lemon. I love lemonade. It's my favorite drink. Lemon, I love to eat the fruit. Even though it's bitter, I still love it. But that's the main difference that I get. I noticed that when I sprayed this heavily last year, in the beginning of this year when it was colder, that I got compliments when I first sprayed it, but afterwards I didn't really get any. Now when I sprayed this baby right here, when I spray this one, I get compliments all day, and I wore this for 2 days and I got compliments the entire days for that time. And also, let me just say that that's not important to some people, compliments or whatever, but it's just, I'm just letting you know my experience with it. Okay? Let me read the notes of the Intense version. So in the opening, you have hazelnut, orange blossom, and vanilla in the base. The accords are vanilla, white floral, nutty, sweet. You have powdery, soapy, woody, citrus, okay? And in the original version, you have candied lemon in the opening, and in the middle notes you have panna cotta and orange blossom with rum, and in the dry down, which are the base notes, you have vanilla. So the minor chords in the original one, you have vanilla, sweet, white floral, powdery, lactonic, rum, and citrus. So as you can tell, they did add the hazelnut, so that makes it a little more nuttier. Of course, they took out the candied lemon in the intense version in the panna cotta. Don't even know what that smell like, but it must smell good. So they did make some noticeable changes there. Would I say you need to go out and get the intense version? If you're like me and you feel like the original one didn't last long and it didn't have much projection, I would say yes, certainly. But if you were hoping for more than lemon, then I would say no. But I still love it. I love it. And I feel like it still has the same DNA. It's still the same fragrance, but it is a more powerful one. And that's what I was asking for all along. I do miss the lemon a little bit, but I do not regret buying this. I feel like this is a great buy. Now, for me, I would say blind buying is always a risky thing, but since I already knew what the original smelled like, I feel like this was going to be similar, so I didn't feel like I was taking much of a risk. Now, you on the other hand, you may want to go and smell it to make sure. Don't just take my word for it, don't just take my review, but I would say that this is pretty much a similar perfume. So do I like the intense version better than the original version? Now this is where it gets a little tricky at. For me, I'm going to say that I still prefer that sugared lemon in this one. However, I prefer a perfume that lasts and that projects. So for me, I'm probably going to pair them together. And that's probably going to make a beautiful combination. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to try that. So I want to quickly add a few points that I missed in the video. I actually recorded it, but I ended up accidentally deleting it. The bottles look exactly the same. You have the heart with the little bow and the D&G on both bottles. So they kept that the same. The juice in the intense version right here is a tad bit darker than the juice in the original one. So I would turn it around so you can see it a little bit better. So I have the original one in the 1 ounce, and I paid $99 plus tax from Sephora last year. And the intense version is only $5 higher for the 1 ounce. However, I did get the 1.7 ounce, so I paid $140 for this one. But the price range is pretty much the same, just $5 higher for the 1 ounce bottles. Okay, back to the video. So that's the end of my little review, little quick comparison between the original version and the intense version of Devotion by Dolce and Gabbana. Thank you all for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for viewing the content. Thanks for liking, and thanks for leaving positive comments. I really appreciate all the love. I am so grateful, you guys. Have a good one.